I know that there is a connection there somehow, right? Because there is this like pent up desire that a lot of these guys has that it turns into, I think desire can be like a really, really powerful, wonderful thing, especially for creativity and for
it absolutely can be very productive.
I mean, my God, you know?
And it's also something that can't be, I mean, we are desiring machines.
Absolutely.
We are productive desiring machines. Absolutely.
But I think that like so much of that kind of just gets channeled into like, I mean, there is this sort of greater point that like, this is a deadening society, right? Like it is, I mean, I'm not saying it's a feminizing society. I think that's sort of ridiculous. But like, this is not a society that's conducive to being a human being. And like, you know, if you are a man or some kind of man, like, it's like, there is sort of, I feel like something that like you feel like you're missing out on. However, that's not women's fault. It has nothing to do with women. Like, it's like we live in just a sick society in general. And women are subject to these exact same forces. Right? This is not a society to be a woman in either. This is a society to be a human being in. And I think that these people sort of just like channel this into like this intense like mixture of rage and desire at women.
The thing that you mentioned about porn is interesting. I mean, I would go back even further. I mean, I think that the internet, again, I like to be precise. We say the internet, but what we're really, really talking about is social media.
Yeah.
Right? I think that is definitely a very like, you know, as we talk about on the show fucking all the time, like a very novel development and a very like incredible development in society. And there's a lot of, you know, even unexamined ramifications, social ramifications of that, right? But you go back even further and you think like, okay, so, you know, we live in a society that, you know, with the advent of mass media, right, and mass culture, the dominant message being that women are sexual objects. It's not like it was new that women like primped and tried to make themselves beautiful for like male attention and vice versa. Like that didn't change with the advent of like mass media, but something else changed, right? And so you have like a society for generations that is telling young men that women are sexual objects and an object, right?
Yes, yeah.
And then the man goes out, or, you know, boy, man, whatever you want to say, goes out into the world and actually interacts with women and is confronted with something that is not a sexual object, but actually something else. And what happens when you discover that you actually aren't getting the thing that you were promised, that the thing that now you're encountering, the only thing that you want is like, actually, like that person isn't going to do the stuff with you that you thought they were, that you were told they were in the movies back in the day, or in the magazines, or now on YouPorn, or whatever it is. Or God forbid, actually, let's take it a notch further, that now that woman might actually do it with another woman and not you. Now, what happens? Well, it's a fucking rage, right? It's narcissistic rage.
They call this the red pill rage in the community.
Yeah, but that's like fucking real, right? Yeah. That's totally real. And what's interesting to me is that like, it seems like porn has actually made men more insecure, not less.
I think there is absolutely no, I think probably women too.
It's different, but yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
There's a different mechanism there, but yeah.
But I mean, 100% yes. Like, it absolutely has. I am so glad that the first penis I ever saw that wasn't my own was from the Monsignor.